And I'd like to remind our legislators, we know that you know a lot of things about a lot of things, but we'd like to get a lot of questions in, so if you can truncate your answers to stick to the point, that would be so appreciated. And I'd like to go back, Senator Inouye, to something that you talked about that our members are very interested in, and that is a separate airport authority. As Senator Inouye mentioned, we're one of only 3 states that does not have a separate airport authority, but we need to understand from all 3 of you what's the benefit to us, particularly with Hilo Airport and also Kona Airport. Why is this a good thing, and what has to happen next to make it happen?
I think it's fast development. It has to do with procurement, and that's the biggest problem. Let me give you as an example, and only because I was involved with the modernization plan back in 2005 under the Lingle administration. We passed a bill and we created the modernization plan that cost $2 billion. Fast move forward, I left in 2008. I returned to the Senate in 2014, and nothing was done. What I got from the users was that the state does not contribute to the airports. The users are the ones that pay for it. And so they already floated a bond, and they've been paying the bond previously to my arrival, and nothing was moving in the Senate, in the state. And so procurement is a big issue. We want clean restrooms. We all know that. We want to make sure that they continue to do the modernizational plan. And I'm really happy that the Ige administration started that. So we move forward. We got Ford Fujikami confirmed as a director. And with this particular DOT under Ford, things are moving, but not as much as we'd like to. One of the biggest plans that we all want to see is the Mauka Concourse for Hawaiian Airlines. Once it starts building, we will have Hawaiian Airlines all in one area, including the area of our inter-island airport. So it'll be easy travel. Back to Hilo. That's another story. Hilo is the loser for the airlines. The state is contributing. The users are paying for Hilo Airport because it's not a profit-making. However, it's good that I'm chair of transportation because at least we have some pool. We are going to be doing another, I would say, a procurement process with regards to cleaning up the area in the lobby, remodernizing it, as well as our restaurants. We did pass a bill this past year, which was very difficult during the session to get that bill. It was called the concessions bill. What the problem that we experienced was that with procurement on the restaurant side, when the state puts out the bill and talking about authority, the law is, and the rule is, that you go with the highest bidder. So whether the highest bidder is, we're stuck with it. Now, food quality can be an issue. You can have the lowest bidder, but the best food quality enhancement by whoever takes the bid. So we had issues here with regards to the restaurants. I'm also pushing for the additional modernization within the lobby area. And so that's moving. With regards to Kona, as you all know, we're moving along with the FIS building. We got the additional airlines coming in from Japan, as well as Hawaiian Airlines on the influx of our Japan visitors. I have been on the road for the last several months visiting airports throughout the country, and I'll tell you, it's kind of sad with Hawaii's airports. And so my bill with regards to creating the authority went all the way down to the end of session and conference. The House had a problem. I don't know why we had a problem the last day of conference, but that's how politics work. And I see Jerry smiling because we understand what goes on. And so hopefully the bill is in conference. I did talk to the governor about it because he took Ford out of the director for DOT, put him in his administration. in his administration. But one thing we can do is go into conference, work on the bill, get the House on board, pass it. We don't have to go through the entire session and send it up. If we make some changes, that's fine, but send it up to the governor. And so we can do that, but we need your help.
Senator Inouye, I want to give Rep. Todd and Rep. Nakashima a chance to talk about why this bill stalled in the House, but just to bottom line it, give us the three main reasons an airport authority, a separate airport authority, is a good thing. Because what you've described is we're already doing a lot of good things. So why is the separate airport authority important?
We're doing a lot of things, but we're still at a stall because the procurement issue, for everything we do, we still need to go through procurement.
Okay, so it's really a matter of getting out of the procurement laws or developing new procurement
and
rules.
And under new management.
Okay.
So it's under new management within the authority.
Okay, and when you say new management, you mean
the bill calls
getting rid of Ford Fujigami?
Well, not really, because there's still a small component that the state will still be involved because of the land issues. And so the bill creates the board, and it includes most coming from the users as well as part of a public sector.
Okay, and the users would be airlines, people like that?
All the airlines.
Okay, very good. And I know, by the way, that Ford Fujigami, who is the head of the Department of Transportation, has been vocally and very much in favor of this bill.
Exactly.
So let's turn to the House members. Rep. Todd, Rep. Nakashima, why did this bill not go further in the House? Rep. Nakashima, you're the old guy, so you're going to have to tell us. And what's the problem with it? Why do you think it's not a good thing?
Well, step back. I don't think that the idea is necessarily not a good thing. I think the concern that was raised was one of privatization. And basically, what some of the unions saw in the bill is another privatization of state functions into the private sector. And if anyone has been watching Maui Memorial and the 2-year battle that they went through after they were granted this opportunity to privatize, I think those are some of the concerns that were raised toward the end of this legislative session that I became aware of. And I did not have any direct input or discussion on the airport authority. I think that the virtues of the authority that Senator Inouye pointed out are all there. I do believe that we do need to the devil is in the details, and we do need to get the details worked out beforehand rather than after the fact if we're going to ensure that airport authority is successful.
Rep. Nakashima, I understood you to say the main issue was a union issue, and if all but 3 states already have an airport authority, how have they worked that out?
Again, I don't know what the other states did or how they transformed their departments or state agencies into private entities. In many cases, I think it went out to bid, and so we have been looking at various different models that were out there. However, if we are looking at a transition of a state entity into the private sector, then the details do need to be worked out, as were not done prior to the execution of the Maui Memorial Bill.
Rep. Todd, do you have comments? Senator Inouye wants.